गुड मॉर्निंग गाइज, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। तो कैसे हो आप? चलो करते हैं दिन की शुरुआत स्वीटी के साथ। तो ਅਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਬਾਹਰ ਘੁੰਮਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ। ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਏਅਰਿੰਗ ਵੀ ਚੇਂਜ ਕੀਤੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਬਾਹਰ ਘੁੰਮਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ। ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ। ਤੇ ਚਲੋ ਜੀ, ਨਾ ਬਲੌਗ ਦੀ ਸਟਾਰਟਿੰਗ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਹੋ ਸਕੇ ਤਾਂ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਬਣਾਉਂਗੀ, ਹੋ ਸਕਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਾਉਂਗੀ।
Construction reported ahead.
अपनी गड्डी कित्थे लगी है? अपनी गड्डी लगी है उस साइड ते, उत्थे जाके अपनी गड्डी। ठीक है, ठीक है। ਅਸੀਂ ਆ ਗਏ ਹਾਂ ਬਾਹਰ। ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਆਏ ਹਾਂ? ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੇ। ਲਓ ਜੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਆਏ ਹਾਂ ਜ਼ੂ ਤੇ। ਉਹ ਸੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੋ ਸਬਜ਼ੀ ਨੀਨੀਆਂ ਕਰਦਾ ਪਿਆ। ਇਹ ਉਹ ਵਾਲਾ ਐ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੈ। ਜ਼ੂ ਤੇ ਆਏ ਆਪਾਂ। चलते जाना है, बस चलते जाना है। अपने रिश्तेदारों ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਵਾ। ਕੁਝ ਚੰਗੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰ, ਕੁਝ ਮਾੜੇ ਆ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮਾੜੇ ਆ ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਦਿਖਾ ਦਵਾਂਗੀ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਚੰਗੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਦਿਖਾਉਂਗੀ। ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਕਰਵਾਉਂਗੀ। ਲੈ ਮੈਗੀ हाँ जल्दी 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 जल्दी। जल्दी जल्दी सीट पकड़ लो, जल्दी जल्दी सीट पकड़।
चलो एक जरा पापा आगे,
पापा
आगे आगे आगे।
नीचे करो।
हाँ नहीं, मैंने कहा आपको पता ना, आप सीट ड्रॉप कर देना।
ना जी, अपने सीट मिल जानी चाहिए होना।
हाँ, छोटे बच्चों की ट्रिप है मेरे ख्याल से आई स्कूल से।
सॉरी 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 क्वेश्चन समझे। सॉरी 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 सॉरी। हाँ लो जी, सानू मिल गई है सीट। कशल सब्जी दोबारा कुशल सब्जी। जंगल है, आधी रात है, लगने लगा है डर।
Yes.
यस कहता यस यस। आजा मेरी बाहों में सो जा रखे साथ। और फिर कहना यस। टोकी दी रहनी, मम्मी क्या कर रहे हो? अगला बोलेगा कि मेरी नकल उतार रहे हो। मैं कहा मैं गाना गा रही हूँ।
Please take your final seats. Doors are now closing.
कोई भी गा सकता है। यस
Hello, my name is Makaya, and I'll be your guide.
बेटा अपना मोबाइल
My
संभाल ले, मोबाइल लग
to
रही है.
have a safe ride, but I'm also excited to give you an experience you won't forget. I do need everyone's attention for the safety instructions. Please remain seated at all times. Standing is not permitted.
जाके तो मैंने बोलने नहीं देती मैं बिना बोले रह
Please follow these instructions. Thank you for doing your part to ensure the safety of this ride for yourself, fellow guests, and our animals. Today it is my pleasure to share some of our stories about how we care for our wildlife here and how it connects to our conservation programs caring for wildlife around the world. Over towards our left, we're able to see some of the Barasanga deer, as well as the black buck antelope. Over towards our right, we're going to have some of our Bactrian deer. The Barasanga is that orange honey-colored deer, and they're also known as the swamp deer. They're usually found in marshlands. Over towards the right, we have the Bactrian deer. The Bactrian deer are considered a subspecies of red deer, although as you can see, they are not red. They're more of a pale gray gold in color. And recently, a researcher from WCS was able to confirm that Bactrian deer still exist in Afghanistan after not being seen for nearly 40 years. We're also able to see a species of bird native to India. I'm sure you guys have seen them around the zoo, and of course, that is the peacock. The name peacock is actually only given to the males, as the females are the peahens and the babies are the peachicks. And together, as a species, they are the peafowl. As you can see, we do have quite a large meadow, and this is very important for a number of reasons. One of the big reasons is so that we can have a larger herd. A big reason we must maintain a larger herd here at the zoo is to help keep the genetics of the species healthy, and so we can offer genetic diversity within our herds. This is especially important for species at risk of extinction like horses, like the wild horses. We do enter our Pawpaw Meadow twice on this tour. The second time around, we're going to be able to see the species we had missed. But speaking of wild horses, that's going to be your next animal, the Mongolian wild horse, also known as the Przewalski's horse. Just a little under 2 months ago, we welcomed a baby here at the zoo. We do not know the gender. And two, they're going to be towards our right. They are going to be pretty close to us. So again, guys, you must remain in those seats. These are wild horses, which mean they are not trained. Wild in North America are actually feral domesticated horses that escape from ranches or farms. True wild horses like the Mongolian wild horse, also known as the Przewalski's horse we're seeing here, were never domesticated. They look different too. They tend to have shorter, more stockier builds, and they don't have bangs over their eyes like the domesticated horse. Mongolian wild horses, unfortunately, when it takes in the wild in 1969,
they smell different.
due to a number of things, including having that long competition with livestock, and a series of forced vegetation by animals. But recognizing the threats, zoos like the Bronx Zoo started maintaining breeding populations and were able to keep the species alive in human care. Zoos around the world collaborated to ensure we had a healthy genetic population. It took a lot of planning, a lot of care, and a lot of hard work. But that hard work paid off in the 1990s. Wild horses were the first species to return to the native habitat after there are a few hundred wild horses living in Mongolia and China, and we've continued our breeding program, and over 50 horses have been born here at the Bronx Zoo. We're proud to play a part in making sure that these horses will be around for a very long time. Now, by a show of hands, who's joining us on the honor for the very first time? Welcome, guys. Welcome. You're in luck because I give a pretty good tour. Ask anybody, they'll tell you I'm the best. No one says that. Now, who here is returning on the monorail? Welcome back, guys. I can't say. And once we make our way up this hill, I'll be trying to spot them. As we find our friends and just looking at their horns, that's how we're going to tell the difference between the males and the females. The female Gowers horns are going to point inwards towards each other, while the male Gowers horns are going to point straight up. And right now they're going to be laying in front of you to their overnight habitat far in the back corner. And this is called shifting. And here at the zoo, animals move between these areas every day. So how exactly do you shift a herd of 2,000-pound animals? Well, our keepers have some tricks up their sleeves. They know these animals well. They know which ones to move for grain and hay and which ones are motivated by fruits and veggies. Once you get the right ones moving, the herd is soon followed. Here's an interesting and gross fun fact. Having a fill up herd poop can encourage their way into a new space and make them more comfortable. We get to know these animals well, they get to know us, and making each lesson helps us work together. You might think about the animals being our co-workers. We need things from them and they need things from us, and we learn how to work with each other to get the job done successfully. Now, when between 250 to 350 pounds on average, a bite strength of 1,000 pounds per square inch compared to humans being 162 psi, 3 to 4 inch canes. This allows them to scratch as it would in the wild. And it has nothing to worry about the ones who participate in training sessions, where keepers can inspect and trim his nails as needed. Now, for those of you who were able to spot him, and if you weren't, that's okay. But what color are tigers usually? Orange, but his prey would actually see him as a shade of green. Now imagine how
Pasha
difficult it was for
कितने
us to
कीड़े
spot
मकोड़े
those
होने हैं
three
इसके
bushes. Imagine if you use the exact same color. It'd be nearly impossible to spot. I do
एक
ask
कीड़ा
that
देख के जान
anything
निकल जाती
holding
है
that camera in the back, please keep it inside the car
अंदर रखना
into their overnight habitat. And as we leave our gower, once again, we're entering back into our Conha meadow, which is the first meadow we had entered on our tour. And over towards the left, we're able to see one of our axis deer. The axis deer have those white spots and keep those white spots for the whole duration of their life.
Wow.
And at the top, you're able to see more of our barracing, but at the top of that sunny hill is going to be the black buck antelope. The black buck antelope females have a tannish orangish back with a white underbelly, while the males look a little bit differently, and that is because they are sexually dimorphic. That means that males and females are very different from one another. The male is going to have a black back, white underbelly. Now for the next couple of animals, I also asked them to remain on the quieter side, because they do have amazing hearing, especially our second animal. We do not want to disturb them in any way. Now the Bronx is part of the global species management plan for Babirusa. And just like you, moms and Babirusa is pregnant, we're able to do ultrasounds to do
सच्ची गन्ने थोड़ा कुछ हो रही है ना गन्ने वाला बांस
Are you starting to see how important the relationship is between animals and their keepers? Speaking of relationships,
चलो सारे सर्च
a
करो
big animal has a big relationship with her keepers.
ये
I like
है
the big news to Patty, our Asian elephant. Right now she's going to be all the way towards our right, but she's going to be pretty close to us, so we're going to get a really good look at her. Again, just please stay in those seats and try to be on a more quieter side, as elephants do have those large ears. But I am sorry to share, and as you may have heard, at the end of May, our elephant Happy passed away at the age of 55. She was an incredible ambassador for her species, inspiring millions of visitors to care about Asian elephants and their conservation, and we'll all miss her very much.
पशु साहब
Elephants are extremely intelligent, and at Patty's age, no one can really tell her what to
कहने
do.
चुप कर जाओ मैं कहा जूते
As a
आते
matter of fact, you can't make an elephant do anything they don't want to do.
ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਹੈ
Patty is able to
मैं
make
तो
choices
रिश्तेदारों में मिलने
for
हेलो
herself.
मैं करूंगा पता कितना चल उन्होंने मिलना है यार दूर चल के मैं आई दूर चल
Sometimes she wants to participate in a training
Oh,
session,
wow.
and sometimes she doesn't. Again, I ask that all cameras please stay inside the cars, please. I see like a selfie stick back there. Please keep that inside the car. We do have a lot of greenery. Please stay in your seats. We do have a lot of greenery, and we do not want your phones or cameras being knocked out. Now Patty's going to be over towards our right.
अंदर ही वो दिखा रहा है
Again, just please stay in
हाँ
those
मैं
seats,
देखिए
especially
काफी
since
बाहर
she's so
निकाल रहे
close
हैं
to us.
मैं नहीं बाहर निकाल
We're
दी
going to show the animals
एक बार गिर गया ना मिलना नहीं है मोबाइल शेर तो मुझे
Elephants more than 10,000 pounds. They feed a lot of
हाँ हाँ
vegetation.
पता
For example, elephants
तो शांति
take
रहन
up
नहीं होती
300
ना
pounds of hay each day and drink 60 gallons of water. Take a close look at her trunk if you can. There are more than 40,000 muscles in an elephant's trunk, and it's an incredible tool. Can you see a finger like you
Elephant, elephant,
Each elephant have a single finger that can use its structure
अच्छी को लेके आना चाहिए थी
blade of grass.
पर आना लेके आना अलाउड नहीं ना
Enormous force. We're also able to spot that peahen with her pea chicks.
हाय
But as we say goodbye to Patty,
मेरी
we're
हाय
going to
सुन
say
ली
hello
मेरी
to
हाय
another
बजा
large
लेनी है
land mammal, the greater one-horned rhinoceros Korea.
उन्होंने कहा हाय बोली
वो देखो आगे वाले पंछी वो अपने चूचे से लेके चली गई
हाँ तो ठहरे इन तो
Another reason as such we have these large meadows is so our animals can choose how they like to
वैसे
utilize their habitat,
उधर लेता
but
कुछ
it
नहीं
does
है
make it less predictable where we will find them
वो
on
तो
our
चलो
ride.
शरीफ हाँ गल बकरी है
Right now, Priya is going to be towards the top right of her enclosure. We'll be seeing her much better in just a few moments. Once we pass through the woods, we're going to be able to get a pretty good look at her.
जय गणेश है नमः
But if you look down and towards the right, you're able to see a mud wallow. Rhinos use walls to stay cool and help because the insects off their skin. While our keepers help maintain this pretty cool, rhinos use their feet and horns to keep the wallows dug out and molded to their liking. A big misconception about rhinos is their skin doesn't have those armor plates, but that is far from the truth. Rhino skin is super sensitive, and those armor plates are simply many folds in their skin. Our keepers will do regular training with them to keep them in habit. We can ask them to hold still against their training while for routine shots and any treatments they may need. This is practiced regularly. And when it was time for allergy testing, the rhinos are willing participants, and we're able to figure out what allergies are at play. That's actually when we're able to figure out that one of our rhinos, Penny, has a sun sensitivity that requires sunblock during the sunnier parts of the year. And now we're going to be able to see Priya over towards the... So as you can see, there's a bunch of disturbed dirt. She never lets us catch her doing it, but there's evidence that she's been creating her wallow. But she's going to be stomping around creating those craters in the dirt, and once it's creating this larger wallow, like the wallows towards our left. Now the wallow all the way towards the left is actually the first mud wallow that opened with wild Asia back in 1977. Since while they open, many rhinos have called this
मैं ना कई लोगों ने देखी शक्ल गैंडे वाली होती है
their liking.
होती है ना
That's actually the only man-made wallow we have here.
क्या मैगी
The world's
कई लोग
rhinos,
का
those
शक्ल
wallows
गैंडे
when we first entered, were all created by our very own rhinos. And again, we're able to catch Korea in the
चुप
act
कराई जा
of
रही है
making her very own.
वो क्या
She had
पोज बना
started
खड़ा ना
working on that at the end of last year.
चलिए
And
चलिए
as we leave the rhinoceros area behind, our observation skills are about to be tested. In the next 2 exhibits, we are looking for 5 different deer species and 1 type of antelope.
कहने में ऐसे क्या मस्ती है
You might already be able to start spotting our species.
पैर से कर
But I'm going to let you in on a little secret about working with animals.
वो आ गई पिंड दी गली
Exactly as you'd expect, but sometimes it really doesn't. One of the uncertain times, so it's not
Real
unusual for an
गाड़ी,
unexpected
चुप
task to get
करती
to back
real
to the barn at the end of the day, but sometimes they could be one less. In the wild, many dogs will lose their baby shortly after birth and hide them in tall grasses, thick brambles, and intricate hollows. Now straight down, you're able to see that
कौशल
small
साहब कहते जो
orchid.
मर्जी
That's
करो
actually very rare that we're able
आ
to
कहते
spot.
चुप रहो
Only one female
कौशल
is
साहब
very
कहते जो
large
मर्जी
and
करो
That's the
आ कहते
Indian
चुप
muntjac.
रहो
Well, Indian muntjac is also known as the dog of the year because once they sense a predator, they're going to bark like a dog. Now how small
यार
that
अपना
deer
कुछ
is,
शरीफ ही रिश्तेदार
surprisingly, we even have a smaller deer
जेड़ा आराम नाल
that
बैठे
we'll
हो
see later. Now laying along the other fence, all the way in the back, you see those antlers. There is going to be a mix of our Nova antelope. Again, look for those black and white stripes on the hooves. And the ones laying down is going to be a mix of our sandbird as well as our Nilgai antelope. Now, as you say,
ਇਹ ਬੜੇ ਆਰਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ ਇਹ ਹੈਗੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਸ਼ਰੀਫ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਰੀਫ ਨਾ ਉਹ
So they
ਇਹਦੇ
are
ਆ
quite
ਤੇ
small. We're
ਜਿਹੜੇ
going to be looking for the Chinese tufted deer. And due to their size, they
शरीफ
do blend
रिश्ते
in really well with their environment as they do have to be in the
कितने आराम
wild
ਨਾਲ बैठे
in
बंदे
order to
तो
survive from predators. And unfortunately, that does not change here at the zoo. But I'll try my very best to point them out to you. Right now, all the way at the right, if you start to follow the back fence along from where that rocky hill stops, just keep following along and you're going to be able to see one of them standing up. We do have 4 very pretty females and 1 very handsome male. That male actually has 2 fangs that hang out of his mouth, which earn them the membership in the vampire deer family. Many would assume that those fangs would be used in protection from a predator, but it's actually used in male rivalry for a female. They are making our way back to land. We're going to be able to look out for one of the most majestic animals on our ride, a type of wild goat known for their amazing spirally horns, and of course that is the markhor. The markhor can jump 6 to 8 feet at a running start, which is why we can spot them on our large rocks and sometimes even in our trees. Now those horns are only, I don't know about you guys, but I think I'd rather
Hi.
see them on the monorail.
दाढ़ी नहीं करते
And now it's time for a zoo
Shape नहीं
favorite.
करते
Keep
ना।
an eye out for the fire fox, also known as the bear cat, also known as the Himalayan raccoon. Here we call him. Red pandas are closely related to skunks, raccoons, and weasels. They are not related to the giant panda. And to be fair, red panda had the name panda first. Everyone loves an inside scoop, so here's one for you. One keeper who worked with them shared this fascinating tidbit. Red pandas have the least smelly
हाँ, ये
food of
प्यार
any
करने दिल
animal
करता
at the
ना।
zoo. That's
हाँ, देख, देख,
because
देख,
they
ऊपर
mostly
पेड़
eat
दे, पेड़ दे,
bamboo
पेड़ दे,
and
पेड़ दे,
fruits.
पेड़
Stay
दे।
in the seats. Stay in the seats. Thank you. That's the fact that they mostly eat bamboo and fruits. So compared to some of their neighbors, they're actually doors are now open. Have a great day.
ओके थैंक यू हाँ हाँ चलो
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, yeah.
Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day today. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.
ਚਲੋ ਬਈ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੁਣ ਗਏ ਆਪਣੇ ਝੂਟੇ ਮਾਈਆਂ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਹੁਣ ਅਗਲੇ ਝੂਟੇ ਮਾਈਆਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਆ
अब वो जंगल वाले में चलते हैं।
जंगल वाले में ठीक है बहुत ਵੱਡਾ ਜ਼ੂ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਸਵੇਰ ਦੇ ਨਿਕਲੇ ਹੁਣ ਟਾਈਮ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਲੱਗਣਾ ਚੀਜ਼ੀਆਂ ਲੈ ਲਈਆਂ ਖਾ ਲਈਆਂ ਥੋੜੀਆਂ ਸੰਭਾਲ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਲਈਆਂ और कौशल साहब जी ने बैग पकड़ाया चीजियां वाला ओके देखना चाहिए